Today we are going to start speed time graph. Uh, if you have not understand the first lecture of distance time graph, then you can uh, see on the right corner of the screen where you will see the I button. Click on that button and you will easily find out the all lectures of motions. Okay, now let's start from this. When when a body is moving at constant speed, this is the first graph when a body is moving at constant speed. In that case, you will see the graph just like that. I will give you a little bit information about that. For example, one thing more that you have to remember in both parameter, speed is independent quantity and time is dependent quantity. Okay. Oh, sorry. Speed is dependent quantity, time is independent quantity. So you have to take time on the x-axis and speed on the y-axis. Look at that. As the time is passing out, uh, the speed is still on 10 meter per second. It means the speed of the object or speed of the moving object or speed of any car is not changing. Moving object means anything that is in motion. Okay, so uh, as I have told you in last lecture, in distance time graph, when body is moving in constant speed, that so that you can easily differentiate what is the difference here. This is the graph, this one. When a body is moving with constant speed or uniform motion, the graph is just like that. It is a straight line starting from the zero. But in the case of speed time graph, when a body is moving with constant speed, then graph will be horizontal line which is parallel to the x-axis. Okay, so graph is horizontal line. Remember, this is the note key point. If you did not understand these key points, then you cannot easily solve the past papers of O levels and IGCSE Physics and Edexcel IGCSE Physics. Okay, so this area of under the curve of speed time graph gives us distance. Okay, for example, this is the rectangle shape, and you have to find the area under the curve. Then you have to find the length is time, and with his speed, so speed multiplied by time is equal to distance. If you divide this time on the right side, then it will be the distance per unit time, which is equal to speed. So you have to remember, when you will see the past paper, well, you will see in past paper that the graph is speed time, then they will definitely give you the question. You have to find the distance of that object. Okay, second thing, if you want to find the acceleration of the body, then you have to take the gradient of this line of speed time graph. Remember, as I have told you, if you look on above diagram in distance time graph, the gradient of distance time graph gives us the speed. Here you can check here, this is a distance time graph, and the gradient gives us speed. Okay, but in the case of speed time graph, the gradient will give us acceleration. So this is the difference between distance time graph and uh, speed time graph. Now I will give you the information about acceleration. What is acceleration? Acceleration means body, the velocity of the body is in changing. In other words, if you say the speed of body is changing, if you summarize it, let's suppose that you sit in a driver's seat of your vehicle, and you push the accelerator, then the car start to get more speed. It means initially your vehicle is at rest, and now he is gaining more speed. It means the speed or velocity of the body is increasing. So we will use a new term, that is acceleration. So we can say that rate of change of velocity of the body is called acceleration. I am using a term velocity. Velocity means when the body is moving in specified direction with some speed, then this speed will be velocity. Okay. Acceleration is equal to final speed minus initial speed divided by time taken. It means in which time interval the speed of your object is changed. So you have to find the uh, difference of both velocity and divided by the time. Then you can easily find out the acceleration. It means how much speed is changed during 1 second. Okay, so this is the change in speed and time taken. Change in speed is represented by this one. Vf here represent final velocity, and v1 represent here initial velocity. This is the time interval here, which will be equal to delta v. Delta, the symbol of delta here represent the change. Mostly if you look on delta symbol in physics, it always represent change in any quantity. Okay, so the unit of speed or velocity was meter per second, and this is the time, so it will be meter per second square. Acceleration is a vector quantity because velocity is vector quantity. Velocity, I have told you that when you have to define the velocity, we need specified direction. That is why velocity is vector quantity. In the same way, acceleration will be a vector quantity. So you have to remember which one is vector quantity and scalar quantity. Most of the MCQs were asked related to this terminology, where you have to find the which quantity is vector or scalar quantity. Now, next is there are there are two categories of acceleration. I have right here. Suppose that initially your body is at rest, your car is at rest. When you put, when you accelerate your object, as a result, your car gaining a speed. The speed of your car is increasing. In that case, we use a term acceleration. The body is accelerating. But if you apply a force and the velocity of your object is decreasing, in that case again velocity is changing. When velocity is decreasing, so in that case you have to use a term deceleration or retardation. The answer of deceleration and retardation will always be in negative. When I will solve the past paper, then you can easily understand how we can find out the deceleration. Your answer will be in negative sign. Okay, now let's look on example. A train a train is initially moving at 12 meter per second, speeds up to 36 meter per second in 120 second. It means initially you look on a train, that initial speed of the train is 12 meter, and it speed up. It means it gain more speed, and it means you can say it is accelerating. Now speed is changed from 12 meter per second to 36 meter per second. The time interval of that duration is 120 seconds. So what is its acceleration? Then you have to apply the formula. Acceleration is equal to change in velocity per unit time. So find here you have to write third. Okay, 120 minus 10. I think this is the typing mistake. Here you have to write the uh, term that is 120 minus 12. Yes, this is not 36, this is 120. 120 meter per second. Okay, so your speed is changed from 12 to 120 meter per second. So 120 minus 12 is it will be equal to 108, and time taken is 120. So your answer will be 0.9 meter per second square. It means your train is gaining 0.9 meter per second speed in 1 second. Okay, this is very simple example which I have right here for you. Now as I have write in above page that the speed time graph, the area under the curve of speed time graph gives us the distance. How you have to find the distance? Look at that solution. Uh, Area under the curve is equal to length multiplied by width. Here you can see that this is the rectangle shape. So length is from horizontal axis, you have to find, select here, that is 20 second, width is 10. So speed is a multiply by time, the value of speed is 10, time is 20, so this will be equal to 200 meter. It means if a body is moving to 20 second with 10 meter per second speed, then it cover 200-meter distance. Is it clear? Now second example is when an object. Hello. Okay. We were here on second example, when the when an object is moving with constant speed or with increasing speed or constant acceleration. In that case, your speed time graph will be like that, it will be a straight line. Okay. But in the case of distance time graph, I have give you yesterday lecture. If you see here distance and here time, the line is just like that, then it will represent that body is moving with constant. Today's internet issue. Okay. So in that case, remember, when a body is moving with increasing speed or constant acceleration, then you will see your graph just like that. It means as the time is passing out, your uh, vehicle or object or car is gaining more speed in constant rate. So it means the acceleration of your object is constant acceleration. So in that case, when you look the graph just like that straight line, then we will obtain a triangular shape geometry. So in that case, if you want to find the distance of that graph, then you have to use 1 by 2 here. The reason is that if you did not use 1 by 2, then uh, you will find the distance of rectangular shape. We need here half rectangle. We need yes, we need half rectangle area, so it will be like triangle shape. So 1 by 2 multiply by, this is the base, it is which is equal to 10, and height is equal to 30 meter per second. So 1 by 2 multiply by base is 10, altitude is 30, then you will get 150 meter. It means your object that is moving in specified direction, and in 10 seconds it uh, it is covering 150-meter distance. Now third graph is where you will see the geometry little bit different. Here you will, so you will find triangle and rectangle in one graph. Okay, so in that case you have to find the distance by measuring the area under the curve. So when you feel, you will see just like that question, then you have to make geometry of rectangle and triangular shape. So look at the graph. This is the pink shaded area. This shows that initially from 0 to 20 second, the speed of the object is constant. Then it is accelerating, mean it is moving with constant acceleration from 20 to 30 seconds. So we divide this curve into two parts. One is pink shaded area, that is rectangle. Other is brown shaded area, that is triangle. Okay, so total distance will be area under the curve is equal to area of the rectangle, that is this one, and area of triangle, which will be this one. Total area under the curve will represent total distance. So area of the rectangle will be equal to length multiplied by width, and area of a triangle will be half of base multiplied by altitude. I have told you in above example. Okay, so uh, length is 60, width is width of rectangle is 6. So 60 multiplied by 6 plus 1 by 2 multiplied by base. Triangle is start from 20 and ending at 60 in horizontal line. So you have to find the interval. You have to take only this region length, 60 minus 20, which will be equal to 40. Okay, you have to write here. You have to find the interval. And altitude is started from this one and ending at that position. The value of this point is 6 and the value of this point is 14. So 14 minus 6 will be equal to 8. You have to solve this all these steps and you will find 520-meter area under the curve, which will be the distance of your moving object. So in this way you can easily find out the area of any moving object if you divide the graph into different geometries by using the mathematical steps. Okay, now this is another diagram. This is the speed time graph of a moving train. Find the acceleration during the time interval 20 second to 60 second. It means you have to find the acceleration because this is the speed time graph. When you want to find the acceleration by using speed time graph, then I have mentioned at the start of the lecture that you have to measure the gradient of the line. Gradient means slope. This is a slope, and it has given you the time interval 20 second to 60. So you have to make a triangle. Yes, okay. I yesterday I also told how to find the gradient. You have to select 2 points, first point and second point of the line. Then you have to move horizontally, and from that point you have to move in downward direction. Then it will be your uh, area of triangle. It has these 3 points, 1, 2, and 3 has made one triangle. So apply the formula of gradient rise over run. Rise means you have to find the rise, this the value of rise is this one, and run you have to find the value of run from horizontal axis. This will be equal to this one. Okay, so now this is y2 upper point. The value of y2 is 14. This is lower point, which is the y1. The value of y1 is 6. I have right here 14 minus 6. From this point you have to move downward. It is time to 60, and this point will be the 20. So 60 minus 20, 8 divided by 40, it will be equal to 0.2 meter per second square. It means your train is gaining speed 0.2 meter per second in every second, mean accelerating. So if you look on the graph, on y-axis we are using speed, so you can write y2 as a vf, y1 as a vi, and if you look on horizontal x-axis, this is time, so x2 and x1 represented the t2 minus t1. So you have to remember, from speed, the gradient of speed time graph will give you the acceleration. Is it clear? Now all the key points I have told you, speed, distance time graph, speed time graph. So you have to remember all these parameters. Then you can easily solve the past papers. This is the little bit information. If you find in past papers, mostly MCQs, you will see different type of graph just like that, where where you will be asked which region shows the constant speed, which region shows the decelerating. then you have to select correct option. If you look on that speed time graph, the blue line, it means as time is passing out, the speed of your object is increasing. It means constant acceleration in that region. This is the straight line, and in this region the line is curved. It means uh, it is gaining speed, so we will write here increasing acceleration. Okay, but this region is a horizontal to the x-axis. It means as time is passing out, the speed is still at that point. The speed is still at that point. Speed is not changing here. That is why from that point to that point, this is the time interval. In that time interval, speed is not changing. You can see from the graph. But after that, I think the driver will apply the brake, and speed is now decreasing downward in a straight line. Straight line mean constant deceleration. This I have told you that when the speed of your object is decreasing, then you will use the term deceleration instead of acceleration. Acceleration is term acceleration term is used when your body is gaining a speed. Deceleration word is used when your body is uh, when your body is losing your speed. Okay, so in this way you have to find out which type of question is asked from you in MCQs. Now one more example. This is related to distance time graph. Look on this first one, second and third curve. We have three curve here. If you look on this blue line, this is a straight line. I have told you that in distance time graph, when you see a straight line, it means body is moving with constant speed. Okay, but if you see a curved line just like that, it means at the start of the time, the curve is gradually increasing. It means the object is gaining the speed. It is more getting faster now. Okay, but in pink shape, in pink line, you can see at the start of the curve, the line is straight. It means the body is moving with steady speed or constant speed. It is just like blue line. But from this point to this point, it means from that time, in that time interval, I will mention it from this time to this time. In that time interval, the line is horizontal. It means time is passing out, but the distance is same. Distance is not changing, so the body will be at rest. It means it is stationary. And now the curve is moving downward direction towards the time. It means body is returning to the start. It means uh, if you look at that point, the distance will be zero. It means the body is moving towards its initial position from it has started its journey. Is it clear? Next is uh, next it will be the last page. This is very important graph. I have seen around about 5 questions in past papers where you have to feel where you will see the curve just like that. uh, for example, in such type of graph, the examiner can ask a question. How how they can ask the question? Remember, look at that look at that blue curve, and they will ask you that you have to find the speed when the time is 50 seconds. This is a distance time graph, and the question is that you have to find the speed when the time is 50 seconds. So in that case, you have to move from 50 to vertical upward, and you have to find the point where it touch the line. This is the point. At that point, you have to draw tangent. Tangent mean, if you define the tangent, tangent touch is a line that touch a curve on a single point. So we have select a, first you have to select the point, and then you have to draw a tangent on that line. Then you will get a straight line. Okay, I am drawing here. This is the straight line which you will find out. Now this straight line have two points, this point and this one point. Then again make a triangle. You have to move vertical downward and then move horizontal towards the next selected point. This will be your triangle. Now you have to uh, find out the gradient of distance time graph. Then you can easily find out the speed when the time is 50 seconds. So this is the main thing. I have give you the concept how to solve the question if the line is curved, and you have to find the tangent. Okay, so all the key points I think I have told you, but okay, this is again little bit uh, important. This is the speed time graph when a body is at rest. uh, when body is at rest, it means this is the speed. Okay, graph is started always started from zero. When this blue line shows that, this blue line is showing that your graphs start from zero and moving on horizontal x-axis. It means time is passing out and speed is still at zero. If you look on the next graph, it means as time is passing out, the speed is not changing. Speed is still at some value. So this is uniform velocity or constant velocity. So in next graph, if you look at that, as the time is passing out, the object is gaining a speed with constant acceleration. So this graph is related to the uniformly increasing speed or constant accelerating speed. But if you look at that, initially graph is starting from some value of speed, and then it is decreasing in downward direction, and it touch the time. When this line touch the x-axis, then you have to move at in left direction. This is the region where graphs start from zero. It means initially the body is moving with specific velocity, and then you apply a brake. The speed is constantly decreasing. And after some time, it will be at rest and its velocity will be zero. So this graph is related to the constant deceleration. Is it clear? Now we are moving last two graph that is very important in exam point of view. Uh, Look at that. These two different curve. Uh, if you look on light pink color, and this is the distance time graph. As the time is passing out, the body is uniformly increasing a speed. So if you look on next a purple color line, and it is gaining more speed, and then it speed is little bit decreasing. Okay, so this is non-uniformly accelerating uh, graph. But in that case, if you look at that graph and this one, it is little bit similar, but this is constant acceleration, this is non-uniform acceleration, deceleration, sorry, constant deceleration, and this is non-uniform deceleration. So in MCQs you will see different types of graph. I tried my best to uh, give you all the detail, all the key points which is asked, mostly asked in past papers. So you have to understand deeply the parameters which is involved in graph, and how to find out the gradient, and how to find out the area, and in distance time graph which type of parameter we can find. I have write all the key points here. So in next video we will start MCQs of last 8 to 10 years. So keep in touch. And one thing more, I have already start yearly past paper solution also. You can check playlist out. Okay, and you will see individual playlist of every chapters. So keep in touch and stay tuned and share the uh, this share this channel with your friends and subscribe it. Thank you.